Oh, Dad, I'm so happy that I can spend some time with you.
Why no, Scoots? I also have to say, what have you been up to recently?
Well, yesterday, I reacted to the Superfan PMV by Ponies at Dawn, which the viewers at home can watch it on his channel. It's a PMV about me idolizing Rainbow Dash.
Oh, I see. Did you like the video?
I didn't like it. I love it.
Well, Scoots, you are something of a moron.
Yes, Apple Bloom? You'll have to come over here. It's time for us to react to LittleshyFiM. I'm on my way, Apple Bloom. Sorry, Dad, but I have a reaction to do.
It's okay, Scoots. Go on and watch a video with your friends.
Yeah, all right, every ponies. I am now here. Wow, never thought that I'd say this, but I just saw, Pegasus from the CMCs, flying in front of my very eyes. Well, Starlight, it was all thanks to me that my little buddy can fly. Yeah, without you, I will never be able to fly just like you. Now that Scootaloo is here, we can now react to everything wrong with the season for premiere. Princess Twilight Sparkle, I'm gonna start the video, so let's go. I hope you ponies are ready as I am. Middle of the night. Could be morning. That's just it. I can't tell.
Twilight struggles to get off the ground despite having flown just fine in the last episode.
Yeah, that's strange if you ask me. But then again, it was your first time using your wings.
You don't have to call me that.
She actually prefers Twilight Princess of Friendship Alicorn Sparkle, but it didn't fit on her library card. The theme actually kind of grows on you after a while. The real recurring sin should be these confounded wings. Megan McCarthy's credit is offset.
If the mayor wasn't so desperate for our assistance.
The mayor is desperate for Main 6 assistance because, as we all know, the rest of Ponyville are bumbling idiots. Applejack touches a princess.
Don't touch it.
But it's something much bigger that'll always keep us connected.
At least until the end of this two-parter, at which point we'll never see the elements again.
Huh? In your dreams. No offense.
Show encourages impossible promises. Ominous shadow implies ghost is present.
I ain't afraid of no
Abrupt end
ghosts.
Train tracks and rails layered under ties.
A letter from Ponyville, I presume?
It's not important.
Twilight doesn't think Ponyville is important. Stone debris layered under vine. Lone Vine makes its way underground from Ponyville to Canterlot, grabs Celestia, and pulls her back through the tiny hole it formed.
That's quite
Terralot's
dangerous.
shift of the moon suggests that it's no more than a few hundred feet from the ground. Remove all instances of Princess and this episode would be half the length.
Princess Luna, Princess Celestia, Princess Cadence, Princess Twilight.
Twilight takes charge by telling the guards to keep doing whatever they already were. She simply uses a lot more words than necessary. This owl's feathers. These purple stars are also visible during the day.
That's strange if you ask me.
You should just head on back to where you belong.
Aren't you a little bit racist there,
This is
Dashy?
an incredible glitchy shot
yeah,
between the
I
sliced
am.
in half tree, jumpy ground detail, and dancing Diglett. Rarity couldn't care
Dancing
less about the
Diglett!
events of an
I like
apocalyptic
that!
nature. This pattern is copied straight from the nightmares of someone with OCD. Evil growling tapestries, best villain. Obligatory Wilhelm.
I wonder who did that scream.
Anything to get rid of 'em.
Typical Earth pony. Always playing the victim. Background lags behind camera motion. Layering error makes these clouds look tiny. Spike
That
pulls
sure
the
looks
seatbelt
tiny.
from between his legs, which is only going to tighten around one leg. Spike is about to hit this window, then he diverts around the library to crash into this one. Rarity ceases to levitate this book, but the levitation field remains.
It's an
Also,
animation
Rarity is
error,
using
darling.
magic, even though the vines had apparently disabled it.
Books?
Vine clearly
Books are
breaks
for
through windows, yet
eggheads.
Applejack
I am not an
closes the window
egghead.
again.
I am well read.
Princess Celestia said that you were to give me a heads up before you summoned me with that little spell she gave you.
How did Discord know
Coco
all
Ponel,
of that?
Princess Selena, Aurora Glimmer. Just a few names.
Did you
which
really have
cast
to
or
call me
frowned
that?
upon for
Not
legal
that I'm
reasons.
complaining.
Yet somehow, blatant use of Shutterfly is okay. Luna
Yeah, I
holds
like
her
that
pose as if
name.
waiting for a live studio audience to quiet down.
There can only be one princess.
Sorry, Luna. Hasbro has toys to sell.
Buy
To
our
be continued.
toys.
Get it. I need to work on my flying.
Something much bigger. bigger that'll always keep us connected. Exhibit F.
That's funny!
Long, it'll cover half of Equestria.
I did an evil laugh before.
His infernal wings.
He's now sitting my
Blows
wings.
up moments
Okay then.
before laser impact.
Nightmare Moon.
Not a bad name for coming up with it on the spot like that,
Where do you think you're going?
she said, to no one in particular. What does Nightmare do after seemingly defeating Celestia? She idly waits around overhead for a few minutes, of course.
No choice but to use these.
Good thing these just happened to be in the room that she crash-landed in.
Maybe Nightmare Moon did a
VHX
good
rips
thing
off
for
green
once.
screen Ponies. Improperly layered stars or house freckles? You decide.
We were really worried about you.
Which is why we're standing all the way over here. Alicorns are known to randomly explode, after all. Discord removed Celestia's tail, but in the same flashback later on, it returns. Cyclops Celestia.
Looks like
Delayed
Cyclops
gasp.
noteworthy has a competitor.
Harmony. The Tree of Harmony?
The Tree of Harmony?
My cutie mark.
It's a star, Twilight. Not everything has to be about your special snowflake of a cutie mark.
We have managed to discover the only means by which we can defeat Discord.
A discovery by which means no one will ever know.
Not even the world.
Happened to the Tree of Harmony.
Twilight has no reason to come to this conclusion. For all she knows, the tree was just as random of a hallucination as the other two,
I know we need to face it together.
she said, shortly before running off to exclude herself from facing it. Because taking an extra minute to go around this tiny pond would put us through our commercial break.
True that.
Those aren't princesses.
What's that got to do with anything?
Because the rest of us are going to die someday anyway.
I just don't think Equestria can risk losing another princess.
Dang, Applejack. Already written off 2 princesses for dead.
Holy
If she's that
that
quick to
got
jump to
dark?
conclusions, maybe her parents are simply still in line at the
My
DMV.
parents are f***ing
The
dead.
main 6 are on an adventure to return the elements to the tree. However, this adventure is too dangerous for the princess, which they send home. The princess carrying the most important element required for this adventure. Terrible plan or terrible planning, it's a sin either way.
I gotta agree with that.
To save the Tree of Harmony, it won't necessarily mean Princess Celestia and Princess Luna will return.
Hey, Rarity, pointing out contrived plot convenience is my job.
Oh,
This
oops.
awkward silence during what could very well be their final goodbyes.
At least it's
Twilight
not true.
Casually going in, out, and back into the forest is the final nail in the coffin for Everfrey's status of being a foreboding place one could easily get lost in. All hail Twicane.
All hail the
Multiplying
Twicane.
Tiara. Spike somehow manages to keep up with Twilight's galloping pace.
How are we supposed to get to it?
Why not just have Dash fly the elements down in 10 seconds flat?
He's got a point
Convenient
you know.
vantage point is convenient. Spike is helpful and Twilight is useless. The body switching episode you didn't know happened. Rarity lights up her horn in preparation for a battle, as if she knew the plants would forget they could control magic.
We're simply lost without you.
She said, after rescuing a lost Twilight. This masking.
That magic just clipped
Re-obliterate
through that
3
house.
specific clumps of vine after obliterating Ponyville vines to provide this dramatic reveal. Just another reminder that these two were all the way in Canterlot when the Everfree vines princess snapped them.
We know how difficult it must have been for you to give up the elements.
It would have been more difficult not to.
What's in the box?
Disappearing beard.
Apples, but
Lens
not
flare.
funny.
Twilight
Pinkie
goes
Pie.
on dangerous adventure with friends. Twilight's friends say the danger is too considerable and send her home. Twilight changes her mind and leaves home. Twilight encounters danger that's too considerable for her. The day is saved by convenient storytelling, and Twilight's friends commend her bad decision making.
And what's the reason for that, if I may ask? Heck, if I f***ing know why I keep changing my f***ing mind.
It is your duty! But you have given me no choice but to use these.
Oh, guns. Sure, that will work.
We get it, invade.
What? Doesn't matter. That was everything wrong with Princess Twilight Sparkle. Now to go back to have my time with my daddy.